Start again. Well, hello, and welcome to the seated forward bend. This pose presents quite a few challenges, actually. It looks easy, and it is relatively easy to execute, yes, but there are a few difficulties that arise when doing the pose. And so I'm going to show you some of those difficulties as well as show you how to correct them. So the first thing that we do is we extend our legs and we sit with the weight of the body directly over the tailbone, over the pelvis. We place the palms of the hands flat beside us, pushing down into the arms. We lift the weight of the body up. And what I like to do before I do any seated forward bend is just to make sure that my knees are not carrying any tension or stress or tightness. So I move them up and down. And then I feel my back and I try to flatten it, thinking of it like a board, a flat board. Press into the arms, elevate the spine, pulling up through the crown of your head. Then point and flex your feet a few times, just to release any of the stress or tension through the legs and in the ankles and in the feet. We sigh a few times too, to calm the breathing down and to make it slower and more deep, always breathing through the nose. Then we're ready. We pull up through the spine, we press down through the arms, we point the feet to us and press the back of the legs to the ground. We press. Now, if you can just do this properly, this is a great start. Pressing down through the arms, pulling up through the spine, pointing the toes to you. Then you release the tension through the arms, you bring your arms forward, and you tilt forward at the pelvic area. We keep the back flat. We press down into the knees. We point the toes to us. We extend down. Now you might be able to capture the legs right above the ankle. But if your knees rise up because you can't get down that far from the hip, then you want to stay where you are until you can press the knees right back down. Stay levered in. Use your arms like levers to hold you in place. This is a beginning stage of it. Again, if the knees come up, stay here until you can press them down. Try to always keep the back flat. We stay here. This is the first stage. You can stay like this, pulling through the arms, levering the body forward from the pelvic area and from the base of your spine. We pull forward. Use your arms to pull forward. Press down into the knees. This is a stage. This is the first stage of the pose. You might just want to stay here for as long as you can, holding it, releasing only when you feel fatigue. You release by pointing the toes, bringing the hands back to the knees, and moving your knees up and down. That was the first stage of the pose. And we sigh. We correct our breathing. The shoulders pull down. You point the feet to you again. Now I want you to repeat that stage of the pose as many times as you need. In fact, execute it each time you attempt a forward bend, because I don't want you to violate the rule of having the knees and the back of the legs flat against the ground, as well as tilting from the pelvic area. I'll show you why people do this incorrectly. If we reach forward and we hold the toes, we then can bend the elbows out. And people want to prematurely lean over the legs. But what happens is they pull from the shoulders, causing concaveness in the spine. We come over
And when they come down, they actually can't get their entire body down because the back is concave. It's curving up away from the legs, and you're pulling through the shoulders. This is incorrect. Let me show you how it's done correctly. So let's just make sure that we're tension free. We sigh, we press the knees down, we flatten the back, we bring the hands forward, we tilt forward at the hip. Remember the last stage, you stayed here. Second stage, you reach up, you place your hands over the toes, you bend the elbows out, and this time, instead of moving from the shoulders, you tilt and pull from the base of the spine, pulling from the pelvic area, pull through the feet, use your arms like levers, and pull from the tailbone, right from the hips, we pull. And so you bring your belly down, you bring your elbows up, you bring your elbows up, and your chest down. You bring your head down, you pull your head towards your feet, you press down into the knees, and you keep pulling, elongating from the base of the spine. Several times you lift the torso, the trunk up, and you press it back down a little bit closer to your feet, elbows up. You hold and you breathe. The knees come down. You pull forward and you sigh, releasing any tension. Elbows up. Pull your head towards the feet. Pull the feet towards your head. Press the knees down. Hold and breathe. You hold, you begin with 30 seconds approximately. Then you increase it to a minute. These are approximate. And then you increase it to several minutes. And you hold for as long as you can, pulling always the energy through the entire body. Feel the stretch on the entire back of the body, pulling through the head. We hold and breathe. Press down into the knees. Pull through the head. Pull the feet towards the head. We sigh. We hold. Hold for as long as you can comfortably. Comfortably. Then we bring the elbows down. We relax the shoulders. We face forward. We then move to stage 3. We take the big toes and we clasp them with the index fingers and the thumb and the middle fingers. And we pull the toes to the head and we bring the elbows up. We shimmy or pull the weight of the body forward, pressing down into the back of the knees. The elbows come up. Here we hold. Again, 30 seconds, perhaps a minute, a few minutes, as long as you can. And calm your breathing down. Press down, pull forward, hold and breathe. Feel it through the back. Relax the shoulders, then pull. Use your arms like levers, pulling the head towards the toes. We hold and breathe. Feel the back open up. Then we release. Point the toes down. We lift the head up. We press the hands against the feet, and then we pull back. We lift the shoulders up. We roll them up as we ascend to vertical. We bring the arms to the sides of the body. We press them down. We move the knees up and down, and we sigh again. You see? So those are the stages. Some of the stages. I'd like to show you some variety to the forward bend as well, so that you can use it
for not only stretching the entire back, but using it also to stretch the side of your body. So we prepare again. The hands are down by your side. You press your arms down with a great deal of energy, putting into your arms. Press the knees into the ground. Press the back of the legs to the ground. Point the feet to you. Lean forward and extend the arms. We put the hands beside the feet and we walk the hands forward. We then press the belly down onto the legs. We face forward, pushing the knees down. We flatten the back of the legs. We point the feet to us. This is a stage. You can stay here, supporting yourself through your arms, pressing down into the knees, pointing the feet to you. You pull forward and you extend the arms a little bit more. Here, there we go. We press and we pull. We press. We pull the rib cage forward and we press the rib cage down. We extend the arms. Keep the feet pointed to you. Keep the back of the legs on the ground. We lift the chest. We pull through the arms. We press down. And then we press the entire body down. We relax the elbows. We put them down. We press into the knees and we point the toes to the head. We sigh. Let the entire upper body's weight press down onto the legs. Keep the back of the knees pressing into the ground. Press the back of the legs to the ground and bring the head down. And we hold and breathe. Extend the arms, face forward. Relax the feet for a moment, pointing them down. We wiggle the toes just to release the tension. We press down into the back of the knees. The feet then point up. You flex the feet. You bring your hands together right in front of the feet. The elbows bend. And you pull into the feet. You pull forward. You press into the back of the legs. You're pulling from the very base of the spine, from the pelvic area. You lift from the pelvic area and you press back down. Pull. Hold and breathe. Pressing down. Feel the stretch running over your entire back of the body. We press and pull. Press and pull. We constantly correct. You see, you can lift the weight of your body up and then press it back down, pulling the rib cage a little further down the legs, and then press and hold, pressing down into the back of the legs. We hold and breathe. Now we inhale, we move to the next stage. We lift the hands up and we press the hands over the feet and we pull back. Head down, knees down, pull into the feet, elbows down, press. We hold and breathe. Feel the stretch. Extend it. Move the rib cage further down the legs. And press, hold and breathe. Opening up the hips. Press, pull forward, head down. Pull forward, head down. Elbows up. Release the feet, extend the arms over the feet, bow your head down, and drop the hands down. Drop the fingers over the toes, pressing the toes down, head down. Let go of your back.
Inhaling, we lift the head. We slide the hands across the front of the legs. We roll the shoulders up. We bring the arms down beside us. We press the arms down straight. We then point and flex the feet, and we release the tension. We move the knees up and down, relax the shoulders, and roll them. And just release some of the tension. And then we do a deep, deep sigh through the mouth. So practice that as frequently as you can. Do your best to move from the pelvic area and to keep the back of the legs and the knees down. And you'll find the benefits of a seated forward bend to be extraordinary. Extraordinary for your back and your hips and the hamstrings, as well as the knees. But for back problems and for hip problems, hip alignment and back and spinal alignment, a properly done seated forward bend is a healing solution like no other. So, thank you, and I'll see you in class. Sunrise Yoga.